Have you noticed some unwelcome bird visitors at your bird feeders lately? I sure have. We're talking about 3 backyard birds you don't want to have at your feeders and how to keep them away. Let's start with our 3 main culprits. Number 3, the house sparrow, a non-native. The house sparrow, originally from Europe, is a small but sometimes aggressive bird that can dominate feeders and drive away native species. These sparrows are highly adaptive and thrive in urban areas, often forming large flocks. They reproduce rapidly, and their sheer numbers can overwhelm your feeders, pushing out more desirable birds. Their presence can lead to increased competition for food and nesting sites, which can negatively impact native bird populations. Number 2, the European starling. These birds are also non-native and highly invasive. They travel in large flocks and have ferocious appetites. Starlings are known for their ability to mimic sounds and their striking iridescent plumage. However, their aggressive behavior can disrupt the balance of your backyard ecosystems. They can outcompete native birds for food and nesting sites, and their droppings can create quite a mess. Additionally, starlings can be quite noisy, making them a less desirable visitor to your feeders. Number 1, the common grackle. The common grackle is native to North America, which is nice, but their large size and aggressive behavior makes them undesirable at feeders. Grackles have a starking iridescent black plumage and a distinctive piercing call. They are highly social birds, often seen in large flocks, and their presence can quickly deplete your birdseed supply. Grackles are known to bully smaller birds, preventing them from accessing feeders. Their droppings can also cause a large mess. Before moving on to a few practical tips for deterring these birds from your feeders, let's take a look at 2 more bonus birds you don't want at your feeders. Pigeons and raptors are bonus birds. Pigeons, especially in urban areas, can overwhelm feeders. They are highly adaptable and can thrive in various environments, often forming large flocks. Their droppings can cause sanitation issues and damage structures. Raptors, on the other hand, are beneficial for controlling rodent populations, are awesome to view, but can pose a threat to smaller backyard birds. So while it's exciting to see a raptor, their presence can cause smaller birds to avoid your yard. Of course, your situation may vary. In some areas, especially in urban settings, pigeons and sparrows might be your only visitors, and that's perfectly fine. As I always like to say, enjoy the birds that come to your yard. And if you're finding this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more nature-inspiring content if you haven't already done so. And as a thanks for doing so, check out this beautiful backyard bird. So how do you keep these birds from getting established in your yard in the first place? Here are 4 tips that can help. Number 4, use specialized feeders. Consider using feeders designed for smaller birds to keep the larger ones out. Some that might have smaller perches for finches to go on and to access with their specialized beaks. Mesh feeders are also good. You can fill this up with black oil sunflower seeds. Real specialized feeders for orioles, for example. Some that have a smaller access point, again, a smaller perch where larger birds can't perch well. Although I have fun with them in my yard, you probably want to stick away from platform feeders because these will attract larger birds and sparrows in larger flocks. So if you're having an issue, maybe consider taking this type of feeder down and using something more specialized for smaller birds in your area. Selective feeding. Offer seeds like safflower that are less appealing to unwanted birds such as grackles, starlings, and sometimes even squirrels. Also avoid cheap bird seed mixes that contain fillers that have like millet and stuff in them, which can attract undesirable birds. Feeder placement. Place feeders away from open areas that will deter flocks of pigeons and starlings, positioning feeders near shrubs and trees for protective cover of smaller birds. Feeder cleaning. Maybe not a deterrent, but a good thing to do. Regularly cleaning your feeders to prevent disease and attract healthy bird populations is a good thing in my book. Keeping feeders clean also helps prevent mold and bacteria growth, ensuring the safety of the desired birds that are actually coming to your yard and that you want. And don't miss this next video with more bird feeding tips.